Good morning, everybody. So this morning I've got an update for y'all. I got some parts in yesterday for the Mach 1 and I'm pretty excited about it. Honestly, I was so excited I already opened them. Pretty bad about that. But anyways, I'm gonna get here in the shop and show those to you guys. So some of you may know, a lot of you probably don't know. My wife and I own a company called Synergy Race Parts, and we are the largest dealer for a company called Kaiser Wheels. So anyways, I reached out to Wade over there, the owner of Kaiser, and told him what we were doing with the car, you know, why we were doing it, as far as putting the car together so my dad could run it at TX2K, which will also be a sponsor there if you didn't see the first video already. So you guys can come out and see us, meet us in person and see the car either way. But I reached out to Wade, told him what we were doing, and you know that I needed to get a set of wheels made for the car, and you know, he stepped up and helped us out with that. I did still pay for the wheels, but he gave us a really good deal, kind of a partnership with them on the car, and we really appreciate them doing that. So I'm gonna show those to you guys now. Like I said, I already opened them because I was pretty excited to see them. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show those to y'all now. So here's how the wheels come packaged, just so y'all kind of can see. Really nice how they put their logo on there. These are gonna be our front wheels, which that one isn't open yet. This one is. So yeah, these are what's called the Verband. It's probably our most popular seller. We have a couple different styles we sell, but the Verband seems to be real popular. Black and machine finish on these. These are 17x4. So beautiful wheels, lots of details in the machine work on these. So pretty excited about those, but the rears is what I'm very excited about. So yeah, this is a ticket right here. These have a rim protector on them still, so all the wheels ship with the rim protector. All the wheels are SFI rated, front and rears. So these are a Verband rear with a chrome center, so I don't have to deal with polishing that. Black barrel. This is a 15x13 with a 3-inch back spacing on this, which means we're gonna have to run a narrower rear end in the car. So that's part of the reason why the rear end's out of the car right now, which I didn't tell you all that in the first video because I wanted to show you guys the wheels first when they got here. But yeah, super excited about these. They're actually a double bead lock. So full disclosure, I actually started trying to mount one yesterday. My dad, myself, and my buddy Robert that actually did the roll cage, he was over here, and we were trying to mount it and realized we need tire irons to get the backside on. So last night ran to Harbor Freight and got some tire irons. But yeah, so here's the wheels, and in a little bit here we're gonna start trying to finish mounting the tires on the rears so that we can mock them up under the car and figure out how much we're gonna need to narrow the rear end to fit those things up under here. One thing I didn't really touch on, but it's kind of hard to see when we come around the back. So we've got pretty big wheel tubs in the car now. We could fit actually we could have even fit a 14-inch wide, but we can run up to a 32 or 33-inch tall tire with these tubs. Not that we'll ever run anything that tall, but we could get the car down fairly low. So that's part of the plan, is to get the car a little bit lower. I do have some limitations in that, being that this car still has the factory tunnel in it and the factory transmission mount. So yeah, our transmission mount will bolt to the factory locations there. So yeah, we can't really move the center line of the motor and transmission, so we can't get the rear too low, but we'll get it as low as we can without kind of screwing up the geometry of things. So got the Kirky back in there. I had bought a really nice Race Tech seat, but it's just not going to work with the current cage and the stock floor. So for the time being and the sake of getting this thing done, we just put the Kirky back in there. But all right, well, I'm gonna sign off there for now, and then check back in with y'all in a little bit whenever we got these tires on the wheels and start getting them under the car. So Hayden's here. He's building these caps for the frame rails here. So he's doing a really good job on that. That way it'll be all sealed off going inside the car. Built a little plate there, and then he's gonna cap it here at the front as well. Then my buddy Drew just got here, and he's helping us with mounting the tires. So we got one of them done on the back here. And man, these things look good. That 13 really gives you a lot of contact area. These are double bead locks, like I said. So, and yeah, as I was mentioning, SFI rated. So we're gonna get the other one on there. Hayden's making his templates for the other frame rail here. So anyways, we're gonna finish up this second wheel, and then start getting the car at, kind of figure out how to get the car at ride height, probably with some lower jack stands I have, and mock it up under there and measure for the rear end width. All right, so we got the wheels mocked up under the car. I'll flip this around and show y'all here in a second, but man, these things look awesome. I still got to measure for the rear end width. So here they are. I don't know if this is exactly going to be ride height or not. It's probably, might be a little, I mean, I'd like it to be there, but it just depends, because my shock mounts are underneath the trunk floor, well, the trunk floor that was built. So I'd like to have the car sit here, because the front's going to be pretty low as well. So pretty happy with that. I can fit a finger in there all the way around the tire, and it sits just a little bit inside the wheel well there, so it tucks up nicely. But yeah, those wheels look awesome. And man, honestly, with the tire irons, doing the double bead lock wasn't bad at all. A little soap and water and tire iron, and got it to go right on. My dad and Drew were a big help with that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about with the floor that was built for the trunk. The shock mount is just under that. So we got to make sure we have enough distance from that to the shock mount on the rear end as well. But yeah, gonna measure the width of this. Pretty happy with how it looks. Actually, really happy with how it looks. And measure the width of this, and that way we'll know what the rear end width needs to be. So gonna get working on that. So we were able to get the rear wheels in, as you guys saw. Got all the measurements for the rear end, so we know how much that'll need to be narrowed with the new backspace on those wheels. Also, my dad got a lot of stuff welded out in the engine bay. So now there's no holes anywhere in the engine bay. So wouldn't have to worry about any issues with like fire in the future. The only thing that there is a hole is for the master cylinder. That's just taken out right now. So man, still a lot to do, but hopefully we can get the rear end finished up pretty soon, get that in the car. I am gonna have to C-notch the frame if I want the car to sit that low, which I would like to sit that low. So the goal is to hopefully get the frame C-notched this coming weekend. My buddy Rob's gonna help do that. And I'm gonna start sorting through all my Coyote parts and find all the miscellaneous stuff I need. I'm waiting on the transmission to get here so I can mock everything up. I need to put this K-member back in the car and get that in the car, get the transmission in the car, and then put the motor plate and the mid plate in. And then I have a K-member with no motor mounts that'll go in after that's done. So we're just putting it in the factory location. Once we get that in, we can start working on finishing up the hot side for the turbo kit. And well, it's pretty much done. We just got to slightly modify it because I had K-member spacers in when we built it. Hadn't even thought about that. And I wanted to put the motor back in the factory location, especially with the car being lower. That would have kind of messed up our crank center line a little bit. So gonna get that stuff in the car so we can kind of finish up fabrication. And that's really man, I need that transmission to get here so we can do that. That's the biggest thing, you know, so we can keep moving forward. I want to get all the fabrication done, and then I need to get this car to a paint and body guy so they can paint the engine bay, and probably have them paint the floors of the car. Probably just have them paint the floors all black just so they look nice and fresh, and kind of just keep moving from there. So the short block should be done at the machine shop in a couple of weeks. In the next video, I'll kind of go over you guys what we're doing for the top end of the motor as far as heads, cams, intake, valve train, things of that nature. So stay tuned, and we'll check back in with y'all soon. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We'd love to see this channel grow, and we can't wait to get out and start racing this thing again. I mean, we've missed it. I've really missed it. Not having a local track kind of sucks, but I can still travel and go to a couple races a year. So I'm kind of building the car with drag and drive in mind. So there are a couple of things that I'm going to have to do that will, I guess, add some additional weight to the car, but to make it more usable for a drag and drive car. So the car's not going to be like insanely light. I mean, the car has factory floors, literally all the factory panels, the hood's 56 pounds. So yeah, it's not going to be a featherweight car by any means, but I want it to be a really nice street strip car, let's call it that. It's just got a lot of cage in it so that it's safe for the speeds it's going to go. But I'm going to sign off there for tonight, and I appreciate you all watching, and we'll check in with you all in the next one.